We have Mr. Peter Billingsley on the air with us live. I thought Mr. Billingsley, the tune "Gotta Get Back" was appropriate for your big weekend in Cleveland. How are you this afternoon, sir?
I am doing great, thanks. You?
I wish you were here. It's a beautiful day in Dover, New Philadelphia, which, by the way, is about 90 minutes south of Cleveland, where you will be. Where are you at the moment, Peter?
I am in Cleveland. I arrived last night. We have a lot going on. It's hard to believe it's been 40 years since we shot the film here.
Oh, my goodness. Peter Billingsley, also known as Ralphie. Of course, you know if you're a Christmas Story fan. Congratulations first on the 40th anniversary. What does this mean to you to be a part of this incredible milestone celebration in Cleveland?
Yeah, thank you very much. It is wild. You know, this was a movie that took a long time to get made. No studio wanted to finance it, was not a big success when it came out, and has kind of found this incredible life over the last 40 years. And it's just really a film that brings people a lot of joy. The fan interactions my whole life have been so great, and so to get a chance to come back to Cleveland and to celebrate with the fans after 40 years, and we've got the entire kid cast here. We've got a great panel that we're doing, which Al Roker is going to moderate tomorrow night. So it's just kind of a really nice chance to come back to the city, connect with the fans, and do a nice fundraiser for the Greater Cleveland Film Commission as well.
Oh, that charitable effort is very, very much good to know. It's not just having fun with nostalgia, but our listeners can also be doing a good thing for that fund. You said Al Roker, Peter Billingsley. You mean today's Al Roker will be there tomorrow?
Today's Al Roker. He's a fan of the movie. He's going to be there tomorrow. We have the entire kid cast on stage. Also, the guy who played Black Bart, a couple of the elves, some other kid cast from the classroom. So a lot of people that we haven't seen. I'm looking forward to getting a chance to share with fans and, quite frankly, selfishly, hearing stories from my fellow castmates and some of their perspective on the movie and the journey of the last 40 years as well.
Okay, we are so happy for you, and we need to dive in. We have a listener question who wanted us to ask you. We welcome our listeners with questions, and this listener said they want to know what Peter remembers about his time in Cleveland and what is the best gift/toy you ever received from Santa.
Well, I'll tell you what I remember. I always refer to Cleveland as a partner in the movie. It was a low-budget movie. They helped out so much. It didn't snow very much when we were here, which we wanted. And the fire department would blow foam in the background for us to make it look like snow. So much of the snow in front of the Parker House was actually not real. Just support on all levels from the city. Most of the extras in Higbee's, all the kids, all the families were just regular folks that lived here. We didn't have the kind of budget to hire real people, so they put out a casting call. So it was a great collaboration with the city, with the people of the city. And, you know, interestingly enough, my BB gun, I wanted a metal detector when I was about 10 years old. I was convinced I was going to find buried treasure. I could retire young. I got the metal detector. I did not find a buried treasure, and I'm still working away like most folks.
Peter Billingsley on WJER, the voice of the Valley, as Ralphie of A Christmas Story Memories. So much nostalgia this weekend. It's really been talked about for weeks now. Mr. Billingsley there tomorrow. Will you also be there on Saturday and Sunday? We're talking the Public Auditorium.
Yeah, so we have the panel tomorrow night, and then Saturday and Sunday, as well as Friday, there's just a meet and greet with the cast, and folks can get tickets at clevelandfilm.com. They can pre-buy, they can walk up and buy them. And we're just really looking forward to get a chance to connect with a lot of the fans of this movie.
Well, we are looking forward to a great November weekend. Again, just about a 90-minute drive from New Philadelphia, Dover, in great Cleveland, Ohio. What a great reunion filled with nostalgia. And Peter Billingsley, someone else wondered, returning to Cleveland for this special event. They're looking at any other behind-the-scenes memories you had. You know, as a child, you have a much different perspective on life, obviously,
Sure.
as you do at this age. But back, if you can think back, were you aware of how amazing and magical and funny and innuendo-filled this movie was as it was happening, as you were shooting?
I think we believed in it. You know, I had done a lot of movies beforehand that had a lot of hype or promise on them, none of which panned out. And what was kind of refreshing about this movie was people were really just, the filmmakers, they'd worked for 12 years to get this movie made. Nobody wanted to finance it. So it was kind of I always call it a take your lunch pail to work kind of movie. They were prepared. We were there to work. And you believed in what you're doing. But to say that anybody would have ever had any idea of all the just 40-year tailwinds and cultural relevance that the film would get to. No, and it was kind of a box office disappointment. When the film first came out, kind of came and went, and we thought, oh, well, we liked it, but it didn't really make a lot of noise. And then slowly but surely it was found. And I think in some ways that was a blessing to the film and a very welcome gift from what we had thought was sort of the end of it.
Well, that points to we don't need to worry about instant gratification. You've waited 40 years to really
exactly right.
revel in reuniting with some of your other cast partners. And Peter Billingsley, before we wrap up here this afternoon, again, our listeners know you as Ralphie of A Christmas Story in person this weekend, a big few days, tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday in Cleveland. A couple wondered about if you have anything planned for a future Christmas Story, and maybe, how about this for an idea, an amusement park or a themed restaurant? Yeah, see, we have all the assignments for you.
You do. It sounds like I got my work cut out for me. I don't know on the theme park, although I will tell you this, the house is a museum. The house where we originally shot the film is a museum here in Cleveland. I'm going to try to get over and see it. I've never actually been. But apparently they have a lot of the props and a lot of the things inside, and now they've bought some other houses on the street. So it seems like that whole neighborhood is actually becoming this kind of theme park that maybe that fan wants.
Oh, absolutely. Those in Northeast Ohio can rest assured that, you are in for a real treat. Peter, one more thing. How has the legacy of A Christmas Story influenced maybe your own family holiday traditions and celebrations over the years? Have you taken any of those nuggets with you?
Well, for sure. A lot of people ask if I watch the movie, and I don't necessarily sit down and watch it, but invariably it winds up on in our house. It just seems like it's become a tradition as well. I do think the sounds of hearing Gene Shepard's voice and the music from that film, it kind of doesn't feel like Christmas until you hear some of them. So surprisingly enough, not that I'm sitting down watching myself in the movie, it just kind of comes on in the background, and then it feels like it's finally Christmas.
Oh, thank you so much for your time. We are so looking forward to tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday, the Cast Expo from 1:30 until 6 in Public Auditorium, a behind-the-camera panel at 7 p.m. tomorrow in the Music Hall, as Peter mentioned, moderated by today's Al Roker. And then Saturday, another Cast Expo day from 10 a.m. till 5, and Sunday, the Cast Expo again from 10 until 5. Peter Billingsley, we hope you have a wonderful time in Cleveland. Enjoy the holiday classic memories of A Christmas Story. Behind the camera, Ralphie Comes Home. We are just delighted that you joined us here on WJER.
Thank you very much. It was my pleasure.
And if you ever want to make that 90-minute drive on down from Cleveland, you'll find us right off I-77 here in Dover, Ohio, and we'll play any song you want to hear, Mr. Billingsley, WJER.com. Thank you so much for your time. For more information, simply go to clevelandfilm.com. Peter Billingsley, have a great weekend. Happy early Thanksgiving to you.
Thank you to you as well, and a very happy holiday season.